Let me tell you, everyone dreamed to go to foreign. And I was a person who also dreamt that I want to go to foreign. And the reality is that some people dreamt about foreign, that they would go to airport and what they would do, go on the waving gallery and even pretend that they're waving to someone going on a plane. Yes, the waving gallery was a place that was fenced around, of course, but you could see the planes coming in. And that time, we had no big security threat. So people could really go up there and just look at the planes coming in and when they're landing. That was a sight. And if you're enjoying the content thus far, give me a like and of course share this content and subscribe for more. So everyone went on waving gallery, and some people, if they were traveling, they would have their relatives that take bus from country to come down, and before they took off, they would look back, give a wave in the three-piece suit and thing. And at that point, you couldn't really talk to anyone because guess what? They're gone on Air Jamaica. Yes, the lovebird. The bird that when it touched down, everybody clapped. The bird that when it take off, you feel nice. Yes, Air Jamaica. We felt so proud to have that airline with a Jamaican name. They said in that time, Jamaican pilots were the best in the world. I had some wonderful time thinking just about foreign. No, I used to see my cousins and other people come from foreign, and boy, them look nice. No, new clothes, bright clothes, shoes shiny, or just clean white sneakers. Those days were wonderful because you see them and you hope that they will carry back a sweetie for you. But that was part of it. Now, when I became a big boy, I realized that, you know what, Jamaica was tough and everyone still wanted to go for it. But I didn't go. I really never have any connections there, so I just had to just stay put in Jamaica and just take it home for a ride. Now, the part that really gets me, because you know everyone wants to go to foreign, you think about the visa, right? There were a lot of stories about getting a visa, and people told tales about what to do and how to do it. And some people even decided to find someone, according to them, they had someone inside the embassy. I remember a young man that said he knew this person and this person took some money from him to get his visa. When the person did not come up with his paperwork, my man was so upset, demanded his passport back, which was not forthcoming. There were so many stories. Yes, there's so many stories about how to get the visa. Yes, but it did not stop anyone from applying. And the reality, applying for a visa was a big thing. Yes, if you're unable to fill it out, you had to get someone to do that. And as a matter of fact, if you're in Montego Bay or any fireplace, you'd have a special bus that goes to the embassy. Yes, you'd have to organize for Mr. James to come and collect you at a certain time. And remember, if you're not ready, him can't wait. He has to take the other people up. You had to make that arrangement. If not, you're going to have to be on the bus. And of course, they had an early morning bus from Montego Bay, a coaster. And let me say, once you enter that coaster, you might have one stop. And therefore, that one stop was to do anything you wanted to do before you go in the big line. And they normally stop at Monique. That seemed to have been a midpoint where everyone relieved themselves and jumped back into the bus. Yes, applying for a visa was a serious thing, and people took it to another level. People kneeled down on their knees at night, praying for deliverance because they wanted the visa to go into the freezer. The first time I traveled to the embassy, it was a big time for me. We left Montego Bay about 2 o'clock because we wanted to be there by 4:30. So when I went to Kingston, I saw the longest line I've ever seen. The line was long. It stretched round the block. I saw some people taking photographs, and I saw the experts in the field. Yes, the experts were the ones that they were the visa filling out people. You know, and they asked me, now a high school graduate, if I needed help. But at that point, I knew I could read. So I filled out the form and then said, all right, you know what? Let me see what is inspired. By 6:37, I start to see the line moving. Now, let me tell you this. How can a line so long move so quickly if people getting visas? That's what I was saying to myself. But let me tell you, the line moved so quickly, and by the time it was 7:30, I was up in front of the counselor. Now, he asked me, sir, why do you want to go to Minnesota? I said, sir, I have some friends I met at the hotel, and my goodness, they are wonderful people, and I want to spend some time with them. He said to me in a stern voice, I remember his face clearly, but I won't describe it, because you know what? I shouldn't do that. All of a sudden, I heard him say to me, sir, Minnesota is too cold at this point in time. You better come back when it's warmer. I said, but to my dying trial, in less than half a minute, I was denied the visa. I turned confused. I was going back down there in the line, but someone directed me in my confusion to go the other way. I came out bewildered. My goodness, this is really the fastest line I've ever seen. So what I did was to relax, calm myself, and I said, you know what? Go back to work. Just tell them that the car broke down while you were on your way to Kingston, because everybody in the workplace knew you were applying for a visa because you had to get this wonderful job letter. The embarrassment. The only stop that I remember coming back is when we stopped at Bogwalk to get some orange and the bakery to get a piece of bread. And as we went up Mount Russell, I said to myself, never again. I'm not going up there. Because if I can get up out of my bed so early to join a line from 4:30 to have someone use half a minute to say you're denied a visa and push a piece of paper through the window, that's not worth it. So young boy, I went back to work. And after that time, I said to myself, you know what? I'm not going back up the embassy. I was so angry. I was so frustrated. Imagine that my foreign adventure was put at a stop. Jamaica is a beautiful island, but at that point in time, I really wanted to escape it. And once you were denied a visa, you could not just apply within a month. You had to stay at least a year. And at that point, I realized I had to focus on other things, because going back up there and facing another embarrassment would not be my road at all at this point in time. You know what I did? I went to do some studies. And after studying, man, for the first year, I saw a program. It provided me with the opportunity to go and try for a visa. So what I did, man, I applied for the visa, and when I went up to Kingston to do the interview, it was a student program. So the man asked me, what can you do? And this was the agency who was recruiting us. What can you do, sir? I said, sir, I'm an expert. I'm a soccer player. I can do horseback riding very well, and I work well with kids because remember, I'm studying to be a teacher. Everything that was on that paper, I said yes to. And they asked me if I could be a lifeguard. I would have said yes. But the lifeguard story is for another time, because I have a story about a lifeguard that had to be saved by another lifeguard. No, the story goes on, right? After I was put through this rigor of going through and everything, I never heard from the people. So one night at college, man, I had a dream, and I woke up and I told a friend of mine, I got through to go to foreign. On that student program, the man said, keep it as a dream, because you didn't go through, because no one told you that you got through. But you see, I prayed to God and said, give me a little break now, man, for the summer. That would be nice for me to go to a foreign place and take it. She said, your name was shortlisted, but you have not gone up. So you know what? I take my little self and take a taxi from Malvern to Santa Cruz, and from Santa Cruz to Kingston to collect my paper at the agency. And lo and behold, I was at the embassy the next morning. No, I joined the line. I felt good. This time the man said to me, where are you going? I said to him, I'm going to be a summer counselor, sir. He said, okay, what are you good at? I said, sir, I can do a lot of things. I can play tennis, horseback riding, and also I'm a good soccer player. Not to mention when it comes on to caring for children, because I'm a part of the community development back in my community. No, let me tell you, you have to learn to deliver yourself. And I thought I did well for that time. He said to me, all right, you're going up to New York this time around. Make sure you come back. So listen, man, I jumped for joy, called my people, and I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to foreign. Finally, I get through. So by May, I was in New York. And when I reached New York, I called the agency who had set me up, and they had set me up with the YMCA. And when I called the YMCA, he said he had no records of me ever getting through at the embassy, and we should go back home. So I saw some other teachers from another institution, and I said, under my dead body, I can't go back home, because let me tell you this, I had my expenses to pay for, my plane ticket, Not to mention, how can I come to foreign and spend one day? You know what I said to these ladies? I'm going to have a talk with him. And I said to him, sir, you have treated us very badly. We are Jamaican teachers with the aim of participating in the summer program. And we bring a lot of things to the table. The man said to me, all right, you know what? I am going to give you a job, but I won't tell you the job he gave me. It was not a soccer coach or anything like that. Yeah, man, I had to do work and work. And that's for another video. But I had to do work that I wasn't expecting to do. Notwithstanding, I had to pay my debt. Now, fast forward. Came back, did that summer program several years, and I said to myself, I'm going to get my visa myself. Went up to Kingston again. The line was long. But this time, when I pushed my documents up there and with confidence, I told him I'm a business person now, sir. He said to me, why do you want to go away? I said, I met some people in the United States over the summers that have stayed there and I've enjoyed their company, and I want to do some business and shop for some materials and also meet my friends. He said, come back in the evening for your visa. Can you imagine? I got my visa. And behold, there were some people wondering how I get mine. But guess what? I just turned my back and walk away. Because guess what? I'm not holding any long conversation with anybody because I have to protect my little interests. And when it was 5 o'clock and I saw the 5 years, I said to myself, hallelujah, foreign here I come. But guess what? I never run off. I came back to Jamaica and I tried to build Jamaica. And I build and build until what? Another opportunity came. And I wanted to stay. But I said, you know what? Let me try this one. But guess what? I'm here, still trying it, but I shall return to Jamaica. And I'm going to produce more videos that I can take you back to the places that we have been and what we need to reflect on. Thanks. Remember to subscribe.